Welcome to Sabor of Freedom, the space where we celebrate freedom and the voices that dare to stand out in the crowd. Con ustedes, our host, Cesar Grajales.
Hello everyone and welcome to Sabor of Freedom. I'm having a cup of coffee. Ustedes. Oiga, today I want us to take a moment to reflect because we are in a very special time. We are a few days after a presidential election that has been intense and has generated strong passions, divided opinions, and sometimes difficult conversations. Today the results are already defined. And while each of us may have had a candidate or an idea of how we wanted things to go, now that we know the outcome, I want to invite you to a different conversation. Because this moment, beyond the result, gives us the opportunity to think about what is next for us as a country and as a society. Elections have always been about more than simply electing a leader. They are a reflection of our democracy and an exercise that tests our convictions, on occasion, makes us question ourselves. During this process, many of us have felt emotions running high. We have discussed with friends, with family members, with co-workers. All this is natural because elections reflect the things that matter to us, values, and the future we want to build. However, sometimes the process can divide us. We find ourselves on opposite sides of certain ideas and sometimes forget that. At the end of the day, we all live in the same country and that no matter who wins, the problems remain the same. And we have to build the solutions together. Regardless of whether our candidate won or lost, there is one thing that is essential to remember. We live together and share the same country, the same destiny. Today I want to talk about the importance of unity and respect. In our society, unity does not mean agreeing on everything. Unity means finding ways to live together and collaborate despite our differences. It is respecting the right of others to think differently and being willing to listen and learn. I know it is not easy, because in the end, what unites us is much stronger than what divides us. We may have different opinions, and that's fine. It's fine. In fact, that diversity is what enriches our democracy and allows us to grow as a society. I want to remind you that the future of our country does not depend solely on who is in the White House. Yes, leaders are important, and their decisions have great impact. But the real strength of this country, of the United States, is in its people. Each of us has the power to make a difference in our community, in your neighborhood, in your home. That power begins with small actions, with how we treat others, with how we choose to listen and how we choose to act in our day-to-day lives. It doesn't matter if you are a student, worker, entrepreneur, or retiree. We all have a role to play in building a more just and united society. Sometimes, these small gestures of respect and understanding have a greater impact than we can imagine. Now I invite you to look forward as a country. We have great challenges ahead of us, We have economic issues, social, of geopolitics and political division that requires us to give the best of ourselves. These challenges will not be solved overnight, nor can they be solved by a single person or a single party. Overcoming them will require the collaboration of all of us, regardless of our differences. In the end, we all want a better future for our families. A country where our children grow up safe and where each of us has the opportunity to prosper. And that is something we must build together. Collaboration, empathy, the willingness to understand each other will be key to face each other and to confront each other. These challenges. It will not always be easy, but it is the path that will lead us to a better place. I want to leave you with a message of hope. Our country has overcome difficult times in the past, and has done so because there have always been people willing to work for the common good. People who believe in freedom, in justice and dignity of every human being. Today I invite you to be part of that change, to make the decision to be an agent of peace and unity in their communities. Let's start from our homes, our work, our daily interactions. If each one of us brings a little respect of understanding and collaboration, the impact will be enormous. Because in the end, the strength of a nation does not lie in uniformity, but in the diversity of its ideas and in the ability of its citizens to work together. So, no matter who you supported in this election, today we can all do something to build a better country together. Thank you for joining me and us in this reflection today. Remember that Sabor of Freedom is a podcast sponsored by the Free Initiative, and this is a space for conversation, to question ourselves, to also build together. If this conversation has resonated with you, I invite you to share your thoughts on our social networks. Right here is the website. Here you can find the podcast, but also any questions you may have regarding this lesson and anything else you may wonder about. How can I solve this questioning of what is happening in the country? Here is most likely the answer on our website, celebratinitiative.com. I invite you to share this episode, that if you are not seeing it, you're probably listening to it too, because we're on all the listening platforms. It is for us. Always a pleasure to be with you. Enter your home, your car, your audio, to be there with you every day. And I invite you to join us in future episodes where we will explore more topics that unite and inspire us. Thank you once again, and see you next time at Sabor Frito. See you soon.
Concluimos Sabor a Freedom. Tune in every week through the Free Initiative's social networks. YouTube, Free Initiative. Facebook, The Libre Initiative. Twitter X, @Libre Initiative. Instagram, @We Are Libra, or visit us at lainiciativalibre.org.